Ready to have more of your favorite movie moments ruined forever? Welcome to Trending 10, and today we're bringing you another top 10 movie mistakes that you will never, ever be able to unsee. Ready? Good. Let's ruin some memories. Number 10. Halloween. This horror classic is still scary to this day, and it introduced the world to the dreaded Michael Myers. So what could possibly have gone wrong with such a great movie? Well, the movie takes place in the Midwest during, you guessed it, Halloween time. Now this would be much more believable if the film wasn't so obviously shot in Los Angeles. Throughout the movie, you can clearly see palm trees in the background. The filmmakers did their best and tried to spread out some dry leaves on the ground, but the palm trees are still perfectly visible in tons of shots. Number 9. High School Musical 2. Thankfully, not many people actually like this movie, so most of you should probably be safe here. But for those of you who actually do like this movie, have fun not noticing this mistake during Work This Out. If you watch this number, Zac Efron's name tag disappears and reappears on his shirt multiple times throughout the song. We're not actually sure how this one happened. How do you film a whole dance number without noticing this? Number 8. American Pie. This raunchy comedy classic has its fair share of mistakes, as it wasn't a very high-budget film. But this one is pretty confusing. In one scene, we see a young man and a young woman conversing on a couch while the woman is holding a beer. But keep a close eye on her beer cup. When we first see them, the cup is completely clear. Then when the camera cuts away and cuts back, her cup is now blue. Then when the camera cuts away and back again, her cup is back to being clear. That's some definite magic brew in there. Number 7. Captain America: Civil War. In this epic, totally not an Avengers movie, the Avengers were faced with the dreaded Sokovia Accords, splitting the team in half. But during the scene in which our heroes find out about these accords, Tony doesn't seem too talkative. Well, maybe he had something else on his mind, because if you watch him in the background, when Ross is explaining the accords, Tony's wedding ring disappears and reappears multiple times throughout the scene. Number 6. Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. Alright, the Transformers movies aren't really about the story, we know. But come on, how do you let this one through? Throughout the movie, the floor plan of Sam's house changes dramatically many times from scene to scene. Now, unless Sam's family is constantly rearranging their house, someone over at DreamWorks wasn't really paying too much attention to the house. But we know stuff like this really doesn't matter in a Transformers movie. It really doesn't matter where stuff is, it's going to get blown up either way. Number 5. Commando. One of Arnold Schwarzenegger's classics that often gets overlooked by Terminator and Predator, this action movie came out in 1985. But in one scene, Arnold chases down Sully in his yellow Porsche, and the left side of the vehicle is totally and completely smashed. But when the shot changes to show Arnie driving away, his car is magically fixed, as if nothing ever happened to it. Number 4. Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines. Now, speaking of old Schwarzenegger, here's one of the less remembered entries in the Terminator franchise. Now, aside from being a pretty lame movie, this mistake is pretty unforgivable. During a scene where John and Catherine are in an airplane hangar and get into a small Cessna airplane, you can see that when they get into the plane, the tail number is N3035C. But when they take off, that number changes to N3973F. Now, what about when they land? Well, when they land, it's back to being N3035C. I mean, come on guys, you filmed the wrong plane for goodness sake. Number 3. The Sound of Music. In this classic musical, the Von Trapp family tries to make their escape from the Nazis by fleeing across the border. But let's think about the geography of their escape for a second. The family is trying to escape the Nazis by crossing the border at Salzburg. But what's on the other side of the border? Well, Germany. Nazi-controlled Germany. Clearly, they didn't have a map when they planned out this escape. Number 2. Spider-Man. Now we're going all the way back to the original Spider-Man movie from 2002 for this one. In the series of scenes where Peter begins to discover his powers, he has a funny little sequence where he webs up his room. If you remember, one of the first things he does is accidentally launch his lamp across the room and smash it against a wall. However, when Aunt May comes upstairs to see what's going on, the lamp is actually back on the table where it started. And finally, in our number 1 spot, the Twilight Saga: Eclipse. We know, not a single one of you cares about this movie. But hey, it's a video of movie mistakes, and this one has definitely got a few. Now, if you follow the Twilight Saga, and we hope the answer's a no to that one, you'll probably know that Edward should twinkle in the sunlight, as he is of course a sparkly vampire. Well, at the end of the third movie in the series, Edward is standing out in the sunlight with zero problems. Maybe he's immune to the sun now, or maybe the director knew that no one would really care. But alright guys, that's it for our list of 10 big movie mistakes. Did you know about any of these? Do you know of any more? Be sure to let us know down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe for more great content. But alright, that's going to be it for this one guys. Thanks so much for watching Trending 10, your guide to what's viral right now.